Hello ladies, I hope you are ready for some decluttering and organization motivation because that's exactly what we are gonna be doing today. And as you can see, we are doing that in our playroom. So the kids got right away a basket of all their papers and different workbooks to look through and see what they wanted to keep as a keepsake, what they wanted to keep to continue to working on, and then what they wanted to get rid of. So they were busy doing that, and then I started looking through some of the bins and some of the drawers. So playroom, in my opinion, is one of those rooms that has to be decluttered on a consistent basis. So once and done is kind of not gonna work because we keep on getting new toys, new games, and if we don't stay on top of that, it just kind of starts spilling out of the bins, out of the drawers. You know how that works. So the last time I decluttered this room was right after Christmas. So, almost 8 months ago, because it's the end of July as I'm recording that. So it has been a while, and now I figured it's a perfect time to do that because, before the kids go back to school, which is in a couple of weeks, I wanted to tackle this room because even though it's still playroom, this is also where they do a lot of their homework. So I wanted this space to be cleaned up, decluttered, kind of creating that environment for them to be able to concentrate when they're doing their schoolwork, and then also to be able to actually play with their games, with their toys, because they are, organized. It was not out of control, I'm not gonna say that, but I could see that the toys were starting to fill up the drawers and the bins, and it was definitely time to get in there and see what we needed to declutter and what we needed to organize. And as I am decluttering, you're gonna see that the toys kind of reflect the ages of my kids. So if you are new here, my name is Marta. I am a full-time working mom, and my kids are 10 and 6. So 10-year-old boy, David, he is more into, Legos, some activity books, or just things that he can, kind of build and do. Versus my daughter, she still likes to play with some toys. Obviously, she's 6. She is a lot into coloring and painting and all that kinds of stuff. So you're gonna see a variety of toys over here, but I think it's important to mention because, I feel like when kids were much smaller, they had many more toys and there was just much more variety. So just wanted to put it out there that those are the ages of my kids, and I feel like now that I have been decluttering for a while. Big shift was about a year ago now. It gets easier and easier, and my kids got into a habit of decluttering as well. So as you saw at the beginning of the video, they were involved from the beginning, and they know that if I'm not playing with it, let's give it away or throw it away depending on the condition. So let me know in the comments the ages of your kids and if you find the decluttering of their toys, of their playroom, challenging, or has it gotten easier over the years?
You were my best friend, didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. How it's gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters, stray around like nighttime rumors.
And honestly, this drawer that I'm cleaning up right now with Legos, for some reason I was dreading this. So even when we did decluttering after Christmas, we didn't really touch this drawer. We just put all the Legos in there. So my son has a lot of Legos in his room. My daughter has some. And those are kind of just like leftovers of things they have built and not playing with. So I wanted to really clean that up. As you saw, there was barely anything left. They did ask to get rid of a few things because they no longer play with it. They have no interest in that. And then I also wanted to go through all those, books with instructions of how to build specific things. I have been basically hoarding them in that bin. Everything that I have built, I kept in case they destroyed it, they wanted to build it again. And I know you can get it online on the Lego website. You can just search for that and you can have it on a tablet, on a computer. But I was always like, I prefer a physical copy. But that day I decided, it's time. I only left, I think, 3 of them. I even left, actually I left more, but my son took a look at them and he's like, no, it's already built. I don't want it. I'm not going to look at that. So if your child tells you to get rid of something that's theirs, who am I to say that they should keep it? Like I said, in case he actually needs it, we can get it online. So we got rid of most of them, but let me know if you have the same problem, if your kids are into Legos, if you keep those little instruction booklets.
Thinking we'll be young forever, driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep.
And this is where you can see what kinds of toys my daughter is playing with. There was a lot of little pieces for different like Barbie things that she has. There was a lot of crafts that she had. I got rid of quite a few things. She got that for Christmas, like there was like a little jewelry box to make jewelry, and I got it at Costco, and it's in one of the videos when I was organizing that, and I think she played with it twice. Because those pieces were just going all over the place. It was just not a good kit for jewelry making. I feel like there are much better ones that you can get on Amazon that the pieces are not kind of getting, I don't know, there was just a lot of static and they were getting stuck together. It was just not a good toy. She tried to play with it twice and she's like, no, I don't want it anymore. So we got rid of a lot of that. And this is where I'm showing just a clip of my son when he was getting rid of all the paperwork that he was finally done with. As I was looking at the video, it was so funny to see how he was very even organized when he was getting rid of stuff to make sure that everything is even and folded. So that made me laugh a little bit, but he did an awesome job. He got rid of a lot of things. And I think it's an amazing habit to start with them when they're younger. Because I know I didn't have that. I kept on keeping everything instead of getting rid of things I no longer was playing with or using with. And it's something that I just had to learn as an adult. So hopefully that will help them as they are growing up to kind of learn and keep up with that habit. And what I'm cleaning up right now is a kinetic sand. And they played with it quite a bit for a while. The last time when they played with it, it was a few months ago with their cousins. They made so much mess that me and my sister-in-law were cleaning for like 30 minutes. And then for the next couple of weeks, I kept finding sand. So it's a very, very messy toy. I did still keep it. They didn't play with it since. And I did ask them on that day if I can get rid of it because a lot of it was already like hard, it was just not good for playing anyway. And they thankfully said that, yeah, we're not gonna play with it. So I figured if they get kinetic sand as a gift from someone, they can play with it. But for now, we are done with sand. So let me know if you have any kinds of toys or activities that you just don't like your kids playing with it because it just creates either a lot of mess or it's just something you don't enjoy cleaning up after them. And as I was editing this video, I noticed how much I was kind of jumping around in this playroom. I kind of started on one side and then went to the other and just kind of kept on going back and forth. But then I thought about it, and it's because each of the kids was in a different corner doing something. So as they were finishing up, they would ask me for help, and kind of that's why I was jumping back and forth. And my daughter had a hard time staying on top of the task because she just found a toy she didn't play with for a while, so she was getting distracted. But she did a really good job. She did get rid of a lot of toys, so we were able to donate a lot of them. A lot of them also just went straight to the garbage can because they were damaged or just so dirty that it was just beyond my ability to clean them. So we had like different piles for stuff, but she definitely did get rid of a lot of things, and there was a lot of things that she did not want to get rid of before, and she was willing to do it now. And again, I did not try to convince her on majority of the toys. I just asked, you want to keep it and get rid of it? If there was something that she said she wants to keep and I know she has not played with it for a long time, I will ask her, are you sure? And I'll tell her, you know what, in a few months we're gonna do it again, and then you can tell me, because I don't think you are playing with this toy anymore. But I did let them take the lead. I feel like it's more effective that way, because they don't probably, I feel like if I would make them throw away something, they would feel deprived, and I think that would defeat the purpose. I just want them to learn, if you're not playing with it, get rid of it. So hopefully that has worked, and that establishes that good habit like I just mentioned before. And this drawer, as you can see, has a lot of puzzles and different types of like memory games. And I organized that into those Ziploc bags a long time ago, probably a year, maybe even longer. And I am not sure if I would have done it again, if I'm being honest. The good thing is that they save a lot of space because you don't have the boxes, but I feel my kids are not playing with them as much as they used to. So I don't know if that's a coincidence, but here is the progress. As you can see, 2 giant garbage bags and a lot of stuff on the floor that I need to put in a bag for donation. And here are the other games I have in those Ziploc organizers bags on the right side, and on the left I did put the games in the actual boxes that we had that were purchased. I didn't get rid of the boxes. I just feel like my kids, it's easier for them to see the box and like, oh, I'm gonna play with it, versus if I put it in a bag, even if I put like if I cut out the front of the box and tape it on the top, it's not as visible to them, and it's like they forget that it exists. So I think if I would have to do it all over again, I would rather get rid of some of the games so I have less stuff instead of organizing more of them into those bags. But I think that goes back to the problem that I had for a while. If you watch some of my previous videos, that when I was approaching decluttering, I was more concentrating on organizing and making it look better, saving space, versus actually getting rid of stuff. So lesson learned. Sometimes you just have to go through that, but let me know if you have those organizers and if you are enjoying them, because I know some people do and some people enjoy it. It's just, I feel like for me, I would not do it again. And as I was finishing up the cluttering of the room, I needed to clean up all the decor we had for my son's 10th birthday. So this was after his party. Ideally, I should have done the cluttering before the party, but you know how it goes sometimes. Time sometimes is not on your side, so we just declutter whenever you can. But it was definitely time to get rid of those balloons, and I don't know why the lighting just kind of made it so dark at some point as I was doing that. Those are the balloons I got from Amazon, and I just filled them up with air. So I do just cut the top of it so it doesn't pop and make as much noise, because my kids don't like the noise that the balloon makes when they are popping. So I found this is the perfect system for me to clean up as they are still in the room.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time.
And one of the things I also needed to do was to assemble my daughter's desk chair. So this is something that's gonna go into her room. We just purchased her a little desk from IKEA and a chair to go along with it. So as I was assembling the chair, my husband was in her room assembling her desk. So I just decided to include this clip, as it was something that was already in the room. I needed to assemble that, and I needed to clean up that game that we brought in from the outside that you see right next to me.
You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us too. Playing around without a clue. On the edge, leaning out. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing. But guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. Had to convince my friends this time. Think you're toxic to my mind, but I know they don't know what.
And I will also mention that I don't necessarily declutter the entire room in one sitting. So you did see me declutter the portion with the toys. A few weeks ago, I did go through the mudroom that you see behind me, where we have shoes and coats and all that kind of stuff. And I cleaned the top of the fridge. So it's not necessarily something I do in one sitting. I sit for 2 days and just declutter. As a working mom, I just sometimes, or most of the time, don't have time for that. So if you are in the same season of life, if you are, like everybody else, probably busy, but are trying to declutter at the same time, don't get hanged up on I have to do everything in one day, in one sitting. Just do what you can little by little. I have noticed that, I have been on this journey for a while, but it gets easier and easier every time. The step number one is to kind of get rid of all those assumptions and expectations that you have. Do it little by little, step by step, and before you know it, you're gonna start seeing some extra space and free space in your house. So I wanted to show you kind of the afterwards. I had to film it another day, a couple of days later, because of the lighting that you saw. By the end of the day, the sun is so bright, it's hard to film anything. Like, you saw so many dark spaces when I was filming that I decided it's better to do it another day. But I was happy to have an empty bin, that's for sure. I tried to organize, as always, each bin for something specific. So like this one has things like games they currently are playing with. So like the KiwiCo boxes. The one on the top has like crafts. We have Play-Doh on the right, which I was trying to get rid of, but my kids would not let me. That's another thing. Hopefully in a few months they will let me, or at least not even get rid of, but declutter, get rid of the things that I know are in there that they are not playing with. I put all their books or like workbooks in that bin. It used to be on the top of the counter, so I like this solution better. My daughter's like play stuff. I still have to decide what to do with that chess on the floor, because it's something that my dad had and now my son has, but it is so heavy and the pieces are broken and I just feel like I need to get rid of it. It's more like the sentimental thing. And as you can see, a lot of Barbies, the puzzles. I'm just kind of showing you that the drawers are still not, Pinterest perfect, but, there is definitely less stuff than it used to be. The little drawers on the side over here, as you can see, there's still a lot of stuff. I did not go through them as we were cleaning. The one on the top has a lot of like pieces for the game table, which I know my kids have not used in a while. So that's another thing we're going to have to talk about, whether they want to keep it or if it's time to get rid of it. And here we have more games. In the first drawer, the second drawer is for like crafts. So you can see like origami, paint, and different kinds of activities that they have to do. The third drawer, I did put, I call this a nature drawer. There are some marbles there too, but my kids like to collect different kind of nature things. So I have a box for each of them. And as you saw on the bottom, it's just some Legos that they have to play with. And that's another corner that needs a little bit of attention, and hopefully we can find a better spot for that. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some motivation. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.